put the place up. Yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm a chaser. Face up, now I feel a little major.
Alright guys, exciting times. Today we are going to learn how to kickflip in our kayaks. The kickflip is one of the sickest tricks. I promised in an older video that I wouldn't use the word sick as much, so give me a second, I'm going to find a new word right now. So I think me and Google have vastly different ideas on the definition of sick. Here's what it suggested. The kickflip is one of the queasiest tricks out there. Doesn't really work, Google. The kickflip is one of the most morbid tricks out there. I thank you for your time and your suggestions, Google, but nope. The kickflip is one of the coolest tricks out there. Basically, you're doing a 360-degree rotation on the horizontal axis in the air. So you're basically doing a full barrel roll in the air off the backside of a wave, landing and continuing your way downstream, which is pretty sick. I said it again. Which is pretty dope. Cool thing about this trick, and a little secret, is it's not actually that hard to do. We're just going to have to try it a few times and pay attention to the second half of this video with a couple of tips on how to do it easier and better. However, there are some things that are going to make this way easier for you. So prerequisites for anyone that wants to learn how to kickflip is to be able to paddle forwards fairly quickly, to be able to do a roll, preferably a back deck roll, and also to be comfortable using the back of your paddle, whether that's for a low brace, a backstroke, or a cartwheel. It doesn't really matter as long as you're confident putting that blade in the water and pushing hard on it. Before we can learn how to do the kickflip, we've got to find an ideal location. So what we're looking for here is a nice big set of rolling waves down the river, or even in the ocean. It works pretty sick as well. I said it again. Or actually, the ocean is a pretty good place to learn how to kickflip as well. In a wave train, you're going to have lots of different sizes of waves. What we're looking for is the tallest and the steepest wave, preferably with a little bit of foam pile at the top, just crumbling nicely. And that's going to enable us to climb all the way up the wave. The little bit of foam pile on top is going to give us our final kick, and we're going to launch off the backside of our wave and do the kickflip. So step number one, once you've found your ideal location, is to get some speed up. What we're trying to do for this trick is launch off the backside of the wave and to do full rotation in the air. And so to do that, we've got to get some speed to clear the wave and get into the air. Second step, we need to ramp up the wave. We need to climb all the way up it and not just plow through it. So to do that, we're going to pull up hard on our knees, and we're going to take a small little stroke just to climb up the wave. You can do this either on the opposite side that you're going to do the kickflip on, or the same side. I normally do it on the same side, but sometimes I'll switch to the opposite side. I don't know why. Sometimes it makes more sense in my head when I'm coming up to a wave. But both of them work pretty well. Step number 3. We're going to rock our boat on edge as soon as we get to the top of the wave. A lot of people miss this step, and they try and do the kickflip while the kayak is flat, and they never get the kickflip all the way around. It's not that snappy, and that's because they're behind the rotation. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ahead of the rotation right now. We're going to keep the kayak on edge. We're going to plant our paddle behind our hips, and we're going to spot our landing in front of us. Spotting your landing does two things. Number one, it makes you come around straighter. And number two, it also makes you wait just a fraction of a second longer so your kayak goes fully airborne before you do your trick. If you throw it too soon, then you're just going to throw your body into the water off the back of the wave, and you're not going to do this sick aerial trick that you're trying to do. You're just going to do you're just going to fall over off the back of a wave, basically. So as soon as you feel your kayak go weightless, what you're going to do is you're going to push really hard on the back of your blade. You're going to get your head down low, and you're going to throw yourself as hard as you possibly can underneath your kayak. If you've done all of this, then you're going to be perfectly upside down in the air. And all you have to do to finish the trick is to reach across, grab the water, and roll up. It's not quite as simple as doing a roll on flat water, because we still have to be really quick and aggressive to land it. So what I like to do is think about really pulling and cranking over with my knee and really snapping my hips underneath me. The bigger the wave, the less you have to pull on the second stroke, because you will have done so much of your rotation in the air already. And if you've done all of this, then congratulations, guys. You have just done your first kickflip. You have gone up the top of a wave, blasted into the air, done a full aerial roll, and then landed smack down on the other side of the wave, which is awesome. It's one of the coolest feelings to have in your kayak. Bonus tips for anyone struggling with this. One of the key things I see with people doing the kickflip is they just don't throw it aggressively enough. Just like trying to do a backflip or a front flip, you can't do this trick slowly. You have to throw it as hard and aggressively as you possibly can. So if you're not quite getting the rotation that you want, give it some more oomph and really, really throw hard, and I guarantee that alone will help a lot. Bonus tip number 2. Keep your head down low. A lot of people, when they're trying to do a kickflip, they try and throw it as they would for like a dry-headed back deck roll, and they lift their head up. This slows down your rotation. It also gets in the way of your kayak when you're trying to rotate around it. So really, it's the opposite of what we want to do, but we want to keep our heads down low. This is going to enable you to rotate so much quicker. And as well, for anyone that's ever done any tumbling or gymnastics or anything like that, you'll know that where your head goes, your body follows. So if your head's up here, then the kayak's going to go like off to the side. Whereas if your head goes straight down underneath it, your body's going to follow. If you're having trouble kickflipping and really snapping the boat underneath you, then I guarantee it's one of these 2 problems. So remember, throw it as hard as you can, keep your head down low, and have an awesome time on the water while you're learning this trick. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe below and comment below. Let us know what you want to see in the next set of tutorials, and we'll do our best to get that out for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the water.
Put the place up, yeah we know